gorgeous sight, the Washington Monument here in the District of Columbia, so beautifully framed in the sunlight. 2K Sports presents the NBA Monday Night Basketball. It's coming right up. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldrich will be reporting from the sideline. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. White is out there with Levine. Then there's Carter. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. And it's Markkanen in at the power forward. And for the Wizards, Beal and Miles out on the perimeter. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. White against Wall. It's deflected. Here's Markkanen. Falls back and drains the... fadeaway jumper. Markkanen's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Bulls. And the stretch big man, Lauri Markkanen, very strong player on offense.
I told you, Kevin, there's no secret. I like Markkanen best, but he is a bit greedy, searching for a shot. I mean, sometimes I feel he can defer too much, but he has the skills to be a great scoring threat if he is playing aggressive.
And that one's good by Porter.
You better wrap Porter up on these type of shots. When you don't, he fends off the contact well and finishes in style.
Ball against White. And Wall with the slam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Hey, guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's bring it over to David Aldrich.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. His key tonight, keeping a lid on Bradley Beal. An efficient scorer on all three levels, it's hard to take him out of his comfort zone. We've seen, Kevin, that Beal has become even better as a ball handler and distributor.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here is Wall after the made shot from Zach LaVine. And it's Beal in the corner. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
They've come out of the locker room. His 4 for 4 to start.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Outside, Beal. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now here's White. Last game he had 13. Outside, Markkanen. Rocket 6. For 3, LaVine gets the three-pointer to fall. LaVine's got 5 points so far.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The Wizards working the ball around now. Beal from long range. And again, Washington with the triple. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start. But when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year. Injuries, you don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early because when for young teams, once the scout report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
Here's LaVine following the basket by John Wall. And that one is good. He's got 7. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Yeah, not getting overwhelmed is important. Poise is something that you need to have in order to win on the road.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Carter. Denzel Valentine comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Saransky's checked in for Levine, and it's done in for White. Smith kicks to Thomas. Launches it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Markkanen. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And the touch from Markkanen there. I like how he keeps his body control on these tricky buckets.
Outside Thomas. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up with the Bulls. They trail by 6. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
And that's got to be annoying to them. I mean, work hard to get to the line, but fail to capitalize.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now here's Thomas. He's got 5. Young with the steal. And it's Markkanen, top of the key. Dunn, wide open, he fires. That 3 off the mark. Wizards leading by 4. Brown outside. Here's Mahimi. Unable to get that one. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
That's the muscle his teammates like to see done. Refusing to take no for an answer.
On against Thomas. With 1 on the clock, and he gets the jumper to drop. Thomas got 7 points in the game. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Washington out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Some big goals for John Wall, looking to become the best he...
Just keep getting better defensively.
And GA, that's exactly what you want to hear from your leader.
Lofty goals for sure, but the key for Wall is staying healthy and trying to contribute any way he can.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Coming in hot. They were sharp on the perimeter right out of the gate.
The defense spinning in circles. Hard to cover all that ground.
So for Chicago right now, they've got Lowry Markkanen, Satoransky there with Dunn, then it's Young, and it's Valentine, and at the 3, the small forward. And you love to have a player like Chris Dunn out on the perimeter with his defense.
Oh, man, big men love guards that can actually keep their assignment in front of them. Dunn has quick feet, great lateral movement, and that's why he's a successful defender.
5 to shoot, and the basket by Thomas. Quarter number 2, we're about a minute in. The pass to Dunn. Takes the 13-footer. Rebound by Mahimi.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Sinks that one from the post. Mahimi's got the lead up to 6 now for Washington.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. That may be the toughest to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. They throw good, Levine. Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
Now here's Beal. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Ball, that's good.
He's not lacking confidence, I'll tell you that. Wall knows he has the green light to shoot off the bat.
Stolen by Miles. Wall up top. And Wall with the slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Right the pass to Levine. His first shot coming late. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You're right. He take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and he's gotten to his spots and capitalized. He just needs a little more help from his team.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Now, what a baller this guy is. I love watching Beal come right back with the payback trick.
Outside Porter. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hey, look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
Free throw missing.
An effective player on both ends of the court. The long, crafty Porter knows his strength and plays them well.
He hits the second from the line. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. They lead by 7. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, Bill said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. I mean, Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. I mean, but Bill would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
Find the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Beal.
Oh, man, some big changes last year for the Wizards. The Wall injury, which still lingers today. Also, trading Otto Porter.
is up off the inbound. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from White. And all those changes last season for Washington. Seems like they're at a crossroads.
Yeah, Kevin, in the next few seasons, we could see a lot more changes coming up in Washington. They have to decide whether they're going to go into full rebuild mode or not. Fans, they just want to see a team that competes hard every night.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency. He's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
On the wing, Bryant for 3. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And the awareness of Wall, a guy you can count on to find the open man.
Outside, White. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. And let's bring up a list of some of the NBA's hottest players. Among shooting guards, these are the leading scorers over the course of the last month. Bradley Beal, 3rd.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
As a 2-guard, that's what puts up the points these guys do. I mean, you have to have a versatile game. Be able to keep the defenders off balance. Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
Washington calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
You know, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
So both teams changing it up here.
And a moment here to check out the numbers. They're done. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. Tremendous assets in this team. Come on.
Chicago trails by 9. Outside, Markkanen. Back to Dunn. Pass to Satoransky. Just 5 to shoot. Doubled by Smith. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Valentine's checked in for Levine. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. Thomas against Dunn. Here is Thomas. 9 points in the game so far. One second left, and it's good on the layup. And now it's an 11-point Wizards lead.
This kid has water boy quickness, and Thomas does not slow down when he's handled. That's a tough cover.
Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for the Washington Wizards. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Bradley, good flow and good pace in the first half. Exactly the guys.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Bradley Beal putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points and 1 assist. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what you think? And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Beal and Miles out on the perimeter. And it's Wall in at the point.
The nasty handles of White, just so gifted at putting on a show with moves like that. Well, Coach Scott Brooks has seen success in the past. Respected coach who has won Coach of the Year. But the heat is on in Washington.
Yeah, he hasn't had great luck here with the Wizards. I mean, new management this year might be evaluating him. I mean, he could be a make-or-break season for Brooks.
He kicks to Markkanen, and it's sent back by Bryant. And they get it back. 6 to shoot. Outside, Levine. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Bradley Beal. Last season, he played outstanding. 11th in scoring. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
Oh, yeah, one of the most dependable scorers in the league. He really saved him in several games a season ago. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. It's going to be Beal shooting. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
And the wide-open shot from Miles. It's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. And the Wizards lead by 18.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
White inside, covered by Wall. Outside, Levine. Drills the three-pointer. Levine's got 24 points.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Here's Wall, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that Supermax contract he signed.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Bulls. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Wizards making a switch here. Bertin is checked in. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
The Wizards have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Hachimura. And Thomas over to help. Here's White. And the three ball is good. White's got 8 here in the quarter.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Here's Beal. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Chicago calls timeout. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will hold that break, down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight.
Well, we
we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Young. That one goes. It's counted. Young's got his second basket.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Beal dishes to Bryant. Now, here's Bertans, defended by Young. Now, here's Bertans. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Bryant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Ish Smith, he's checked in for the Wizards. The Bulls also changing it up. Valentine's checked in for Porter, and it's done in for White. And that one falls for Bryant. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
They love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh my God, this would be great. Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. What I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Passes to Bryant. Here's Bertans. The kick out to Brown. Sinks the triple.
Come on, man. Gotta have somebody keep track of.
Here's Dunn. True on the 14-footer. Dunn's got 6.
Decent at cashing it in from the mid-range. I mean, it's obvious that Dunn wants to improve his jump.
27 seconds left in the third. It's deflected, but they get it back. Outside Thomas. Three-pointer on the way. Doesn't go that time. Done outside. Lets the three fly. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Dunn's got 7 points for the quarter. And so it's Washington feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for Chicago right now, Satoransky there with Chris Dunn. Then it's Young. Then it's Wendell Carter. And it's Valentine at the 3 spot. Satoransky gets the bucket.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Thomas outside. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Wizards lead by 17.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Shots good from Young.
I mean, offensively, he's been their driving force, determined not to let the lead get any bigger.
Pass to Bertans. Out to Smith. The pass to Thomas. Trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And here is Dunn. Pass to Satoransky. Carter looking around. There's the dish to Valentine. It's up a 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Well, easy look provided by Carter Jr. Always helps when your bigs can move the rock.
Washington calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Washington making some changes. Hachimura, he's checked in for Mahimi. Bradley Beal comes in for Thomas. And John Wall subbed in for Smith. Chicago also making some changes. Porter's checked in for Valentine. Zach LaVine comes in for Satoransky. And it's White in for Chris Dunn. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He said, keep grinding. You're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, will see if they can build on this lead.
There's Tennis, passes to Miles. And it's Miles with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Porter kicks to White. And the jam by White.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Wall passes to Bertens. The Wizards working the ball around now. Beal against LaVine, 13 feet away. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 11 points here in just the second half. And so LaVine will bring it up now for Chicago. It's a 16-point game. Drops in the layup for two.
As soon as LaVine hits a few of these, you know he's feeling it. Just keep getting him the rock.
Ball against White. Now, here's Miles. He's guarded closely. Here's Wall. Oh, that was something else.
What speed from Wall right there. He's effective at quickly zipping right past the defense with his dribble.
White dishes to Porter. Passes it to Carter. Outside, LaVine. Wall against White. Wall with some nice D.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 18. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it.
Good on the bucket.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Wizards.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Bradley Beal.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting. And saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Valentine kicks to Harrison. Here's Hutchison, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it, and that's a shame.
Here's Beal, and he uses the glass on the layup. Beal's got 31 points.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
No question who's been in control of this game.
Boy, they have really taken charge here.
Here's Wagner. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge.